Hi guys. Okay, good. I remembered to hit the record button this time. Oh my goodness, last time I spent over an hour and I forgot to hit the record button. And I just had to delete some of my past streams. So I pay $15 a month for StreamYards, and I don't get it because they only give me the amount of hours that you get free. So I need to contact them. And then Hulu, I can't get rid of because every time I go to my account and hit, cancel a membership, it says this page does not exist. And it's like, I can't get rid of it. So they're charging me for that. Anyways, we're going to talk about you know who. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm going to do it. I have a garage sale we're going to do this weekend, my daughter and I, and she's so adorable. Her and her boyfriend came by today, and they've been together 3 years in November. I'm so proud of them. And they're saying they want to move out of this state. I think they said to Tennessee, I think, or Texas. They want out of here. So I said I'm going with you. So let me know. I mean, I don't have to live with them, but the only reason I've stayed in this shit state is because my kids are here. So hopefully we can talk my son into going too. So we are going to be talking about Latity. One second. I have to hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's happy and healthy and all that good stuff. I have to grab my mouse. Hold on. Hi, baby. Hi, you little handsome man. Are you such a handsome man? Are you such a handsome little man? Okay, so. Oh, it's been hot. Been hot lately. All right. Make sure these are in. Make sure I can hear. Hopefully on your guys' end, you can hear it okay. I just realized the volume was really low. I'll try not to talk as loud so you guys can hear her. We'll probably go through a few videos because her videos are short. I think some of these are shorter. This one's only 9 minutes and 47 seconds. So let's go.
Today is July 3rd. No, August 3rd, 2022.
Okay, I just want to say really quick. She just uploaded these today. She was saying that they weren't uploading for some reason. So that's why we're just seeing them now.
I just figured I would video as best I could about my current circumstances since everybody's so concerned. They're just so concerned about me
Oh
and
my
the
gosh.
baby.
I thought she was wearing like a bodysuit or a tank top. She's wearing a bra and her guts hanging out. If you guys don't think she's doing this for the shock factor, think again. A lot of her shit's calculated.
If you were concerned, you would have had placement for someone like me prior to me getting knocked up. You don't care, nor are you going to fake anybody out to presume that you cared whatsoever, or that the government cared, or that the systems cared at all. I'm supposed to have an appointment on Friday at whatever UAMS bullshit they want me to go to. And you think that honestly, I give a fuck. You're just gonna charge me extra for doing an ultrasound for the baby's heart.
What do you mean charge you extra? Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, in the comments, but she's disabled, right? And she's pregnant. Please tell me that I'm not wrong when I say all of her shit's covered from the state. So what do you mean charge you extra? I mean, so you'll take all these extra damn trips to the mental hospital in the emergency room just for shits and giggles, but you won't go to an appointment that's important to go to just to make sure the baby's okay. Seriously, you are the most selfish. Oh, never mind.
Heart
I've said it
because
all
I'd taken
before.
all those ibuprofen PM. You didn't care about me. You didn't care about this baby. So why should I give a shit?
Her way of thinking is just, she calls everybody else crazy. I mean, who thinks that way? You didn't care about me, so why should I care about this baby? So is that like everybody in the world, my mother included, who didn't care about me when I was pregnant with my first child, didn't care about me. She didn't try to help me. Nobody tried to help me. Should I have just said, fuck it? You guys don't care about me. I don't care about this baby. What is wrong with you? You're the one who chose to spread your legs for JW and many others. So I keep going back to, sorry, the fans moving my hair all around. I keep going back to the fact that she got pregnant by her own mouth. She says this the second time they had sex, right? So she asked him to have sex with her the second time they had sex. The first time is when she says he violated her. Well, how did she even know that he had sex with her if she was asleep? How did she know? Maybe he was just wanking off on her and said, what do you want me to do? You want a rag? Maybe, I mean, as far as she knows, right? She was asleep. How did she know that he actually got inside her? She was asleep the entire time? Bullshit. But regardless, why is she so insistent that she got pregnant the second time they did it? Why does she know that? So, my thinking, I don't know. I think she's whacked because by her own words, she said she asked him to have sex with her the second time. That's when she believes she got pregnant. But yet wants to blame all of this on JW. So he had her consent the second time, right? Um, and that's when she believes she got pregnant. So had she not approached him and asked him to fuck her the second time, she wouldn't be in this predicament. Also, if she had went and got the plan B for herself, she wouldn't be in this predicament. Also, if she would have went and chose to get an abortion, she wouldn't be in this predicament. So this bullshit about I was just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Bullshit. He violated you, right? You were traumatized. So traumatized you asked him to screw you and ejaculate inside you when you knew you were ovulating. I don't know if there's anybody that hates this woman as much as I do. And I don't like using that word hate. But I'm telling you, if I would not want to run into her on the street. I'll tell you that. She is, I can scrap. I may be little and old, but I can scrap. All right. I could tell you a little story. Here's a story. No. So when I was in high school, we used to go to parties, and after the parties, we'd go to Dick's. You know, the Dick's Drive-In. You know, all the kids would gather around there, drunk, starving, and we'd hang out in front of Dick's. Well, this one gal that was my best friend was really tiny. She used to date this guy that this new girl was dating. And this new girl that was dating him went to a different school, but in our same, in the same area. And she was known to be a badass white girl, right? Um, so for some reason, the new girlfriend was picking on my friend, and my friend was she would never hurt a fly. She was so shy and timid, and you know she would never pick a fight with somebody. This girl towered over her, and she's like, he's my man now, get the head roll and all that shit. And I was like, leave her alone. She was like, who are you to, just getting on me. And somehow I was like, fuck this bitch. She's picking on my friend who's done nothing to her. I jump up because she's taller than me. I jump up, I hook around her neck, bring her down to the cement. And I remember I had bought a new white shirt that to go out that night. So, okay, this isn't, I mean, this is a fight. It's a fight I got into. And I bashed her head on the ground and there was blood, right? And it got on my new shirt and I was pissed that my new shirt was ruined. But I'm like, so there was talk about that for so long. Bella beat the shit out of Echo, yada yada yada. And it's like, oh my gosh. I have to say I was pretty proud of myself because I didn't fight either. I wasn't a fighter, but I had a little liquid courage. And what got me onto this? Oh yeah, just saying. Um, I was pretty proud of myself because I was the talk of the town for a while. All about that. They were like, "Damn." So I don't think I got into a fight since then. I wasn't a fighter, but you pick on people I love. Mm-mm. I will try to defend you. I will try to stick up for you. And so if I saw Leticia somewhere, oh, I just tell you, I don't know what I would do. Literally, I don't know. I'm a lot older now and more mature. Just kidding. But I still have that anger inside me toward women like her. So, and there's a trigger in me. There's a trigger too. There's these certain women that I was talking about, my live the other night, that these women trigger me for certain reasons.
Why should I put the effort, waste my gas like I wasted my gas to try to get to these fucking court appearances and shit, all
You
that kind of
did?
bullshit?
Did she show up at any court appearances? I thought she missed it. I thought she didn't go. That's why she had a bench warrant. Wait, what? Did, I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
No, no, no.
Oh, you're so
Uh,
mature.
there's no reason for me to put out any more when the father already forced me to put out. All right? There's no
Forced.
reason.
Forced. Do you notice she's always forced to do everything? You would think by now, if all of this was true, all these guys have really violated her, as she states, that she would, after she turned 18, like she said, she finally spoke up about her dad and her brother at 18. Well, okay, so since 18, you've had a voice, right? And you used it supposedly. So why is it you continue to put yourself in situations to where men can still do this to you? You know why? For one, you want something from them. So you're using them. You're no better. For another, I don't believe all of her stories. I don't believe every man she comes in contact with just has to have her. I don't I don't believe it. I think she does things to lead them on, to tease them, to play with them, and then, you know, gets all pissy if she's not interested in them. But if she is interested in them, like JW, she'll let him, she'll do stuff with them. Oh my gosh. And then she doesn't get the result that she wants and she cries grape. Um, these women are very dangerous. I My son is 24 years old and I pray every day for my kids. I mean, my daughter has found a wonderful boy. Oh my gosh, he's a hard worker. They're best friends. I mean, he's good to her. They have their problems like every couple, but They're learning, and they've turned Republican. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, um, it doesn't matter. There's good Democrats, there's good Republicans, there's bad Democrats, there's bad Republicans. But I think the people in power are bad. I don't want to get off on that now. I mean, just look at our country. But anyways, she is worse than a lot of these sicko Democrats that are out there. You know, she wants everything for free. She doesn't want to have to put any effort into anything. And how dare everybody in the world not bow down to Leticia and just shower her with gifts and money and houses and cars and this and that. What's really scary is one day she'll say, this baby's such a blessing. I know he's a blessing. And then the next day, fuck this kid. It's not a blessing. I can't wait to get this monster out of me. So imagine that's not going to just all of a sudden stop when she has a baby. If that baby was permitted to reside with her, if she was to get custody of that child, she would still be Leticia. And she's not fit to be a parent whatsoever.
I don't understand why people don't comprehend that. You don't ever get the money
Hi,
back.
honey.
You don't
Hi.
you think, "Oh, God's going to help you. God's going to be there."
Hi.
There is no God. There absolutely is no fucking God.
Really? Well, why do you preach about God all the time? And why do you say you're such a good Catholic? I swear she's got multiple personalities.
If I'm suffering like this,
Hi.
if I'm suffering
I
through
love
this,
you.
if the government is not helping
Love you.
individuals, victims, innocent victims like this, there is no fucking God. So
Okay, I hate it when people say effing and God together or GD it. I can't stand. Oh, look at him. You are so adorable. Look at him. I love you. Anyways, for one, she says if the government isn't willing to help all these innocent victims, for one, nothing's been proven. You're just making videos saying I'm a victim. So the government's supposed to just automatically know you're a victim and they're supposed to just shower you with things? You have to prove it, Leticia. You can't just go around and accuse people of shit.
they want me to show up to a fucking appointment to check the baby. They didn't care about the baby prior. They didn't care. They didn't care what was going to happen if I wasn't going to get my way, if I wasn't going to get a house, if I wasn't going to get the resources for this baby. Then it means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing to me.
I
Just
hate
like the
you.
father.
I hate
If
you.
I'm not going to have the proper way to take care of it and maintain it,
Look at that
then
hair.
he
I'm
deserves
sorry.
nothing.
You're
Just like his father.
nasty. You're nasty. And it's so much easier to be angry at her when she looks like this. I'm sorry, but it is. It's like her face makes me want to punch it. Seriously. Like, I wouldn't. I'm not a violent person, but that's how I feel. I'm explaining my feelings. I would love to take that nose and just, I can't stand her. I can't look at her sitting there in her bra with her gut hanging out, bitching. How attractive is that? Can you imagine being her husband, having to listen to this bitch all day long? Oh my gosh. And you're out working your ass off trying to provide for your family. And you come home to this and then probably bitching that, the kid got into this or she had to do this or you're a pervert, you sick pervert. You want me to suck your dick? What? I mean, she needs help.
Father allotted him. He called me a $50 fucking whore. He didn't say it out loud, but with his actions, that's what happened.
Well, quit saying people say stuff.
I think it's hilarious that people think that I.
See, she knows he didn't call her that, but this is how she twists stories too, her stories. So sometimes she doesn't say, well, he didn't say that. Sometimes she'll just say things like, he called me a $50 whore when she knew he didn't, but that's how she felt because she asked for gas money and he gave her the $50. That's calling her a $50 whore? What?
I fucking give two goddamn shits what the fuck happens to this fucking kid, when in actuality, they didn't give a
Go,
shit.
go.
They did not give a fucking flying fuck what
It's
happens.
your child. Who's supposed to fucking care about your child? But you, the mother. At least, maybe the father, but there's no proof it's his yet. What is wrong with you, Leticia? I'm supposed to care about this kid when nobody else does? God, you're disgusting. And you say your mom was a horrible mom? I don't care. You know, people can excuse her and feel sorry for her. Well, she had a hard life. We all fucking had a hard life. Many of us did. But we don't behave this way. We take it, learn from it, heal past it, and grow. And we let it empower us, not do feel entitled to everything. I can't. I
To me, what happened to the baby growing inside of me. They weren't watching and monitoring in a positive way. They've been watching and monitoring. Oh, when's she gonna fuck up?
I can't stand her. Look, I can't stand her voice. She doesn't take a damn breath. She just talks and talks and talks and talks. She talks too much. She never shuts up. I swear that song should have Leticia's name on it. She is so vile. She look at her face. I can't.
Is she gonna blah blah? When's she gonna hurt herself and the baby? No.
When she gonna blah blah and
I
blah
can't
blah
wait to
and
be rid
blah
of this
blah
fucking
and
trash. It's so true. I have 4 weeks left, and my mind is made up.
You don't have a choice, you psycho bitch. You don't have a choice. Quit acting like you have the control now because you don't. That baby's gone. Once you, as you call it, shit it out of your body, it's gone. You never have to worry about him again. And thank God he will not be placed with you because you are a psychotic bitch that needs to be locked up for good because you're never going to change. You're never going to heal. You're never going to get past this bullshit that you use as an excuse to try to manipulate and gain things from people who feel bad for you. That's what you're going to be your entire life. You say your mom's so bad. Look at you. At least your mom, I mean, kept her kids together, right? I mean, she didn't get them taken away, did she? At least she tried. I mean, if Gail allowed any of her daughters to be molested, that's awful. That's disgusting. Gail should have been put in jail along with the father, but that didn't happen. So, can you imagine the guilt that she must feel knowing? Because I believe she was being abused as well. Um, Can you imagine the guilt that a mother must carry after she gets out of the abusive relationship and then sees right in front of her how it affected her kids? I mean, the guilt just must be horrible. But this bitch will never allow her to try to make up for it, move past it, you know? So how would we feel if God never allowed us to move past our sin, the things that we've done? You know, what if how would we feel if God never forgave us? If we were punished every single day for anything that we've ever done?
Father never came back. The father never, understood where I was coming from when it was like, okay, I don't just have sex randomly, and I sure as fuck don't just have babies randomly. I'm not my sister. You know, I don't know where you thought that I thought, that no,
I
I
know
didn't
you're
want
so
shit
much
from you,
better
bitch.
than that,
The
right?
father. I didn't want shit from you. And
Oh,
instead
yes, you
of you
did.
recognizing,
Are you why did you message him so many times and try to get him to, oh, you know, if you don't want to be with me, then you started threatening. And then even in your videos, you said, yeah, he just needs to contact me. He should have wanted a relationship with me, and this was a blessing, and yada, yada, yada. You did want something from him. You got rejected. It happens in life, Leticia. And according to you, you should be used to it if it happens like you say. This is life. Shit happens. We all don't get everything the way we want it all the time. And maybe you should work on being somebody to be desired. I mean, look at you. You're not desirable. For one, the mouth. Your mouth is just, it's not like you just say bitch and F every once in a while. You use the most crude language. And then the fact that the way you talk about an unborn baby, the way you talk about men, the way you speak about people in general, calling them names all the time, calling them retarded and stupid and idiots. And who in the fuck would want to be around that? And I don't use that word very often, but I've noticed since I've been reacting to her, it's flying out of my mouth. I can't stand her. But people need to see all sides of her, not just, oh, poor Leticia. She's homeless and pregnant and she's so innocent and she's such a victim. At what point, at what point do you take your life back from all these predators? When? At what point do you stop going to meet strange men at hotels and accepting money from them? But you're traumatized and you're scared and all men are sick. Well, you're just as sick. You're meeting up with them, so you're no better.
that, and
Mm.
realizing that I have gone through enough in my fucking life.
We
I've
know. We've
seen
heard it
enough.
all.
I've seen people go through enough.
Uh huh.
I'm over it. I'm
Yep.
fucking over it. I
We're
don't give a
overhearing
fuck what
about
people
it.
think. I don't give a fuck that they're gonna say that I'm heartless now because you put me in fucking jail at 7 months pregnant.
For
And
what?
I tried
3 days? 3 days, wasn't it? Oh, you poor girl. You didn't survive, did you? You act all big and bad and tough. Maybe your ass needs to be back in the slammer so some of those women can, you know, teach you a little something something about you're not big bad Leticia, you know? Maybe they need to make you their bitch and you need to learn that you need to be knocked down a few pegs. You think you're all that and everyone's so jealous of you? Jealous of what? What? What would anybody be jealous of over you for? Oh,
to make light of it. I tried to make it out to be like, oh yeah, it's a learning tool. It's a blessing. There is no blessing out of this. Not at all. Absolutely none. It is just nothing but pain and suffering. And
because you
the
choose
fact that
that.
my feet are finally, the swelling is finally going down, and the pressure, you have no idea how painful that is for the skin to be so just ruptured like that. Just
We
come,
do. If we've been pregnant, we do. You're not the only one in the world who's been pregnant and knows how that feels, Leticia.
expanded in that way, and I can't get comfortable when I sleep. I didn't
Well,
have the comforts of this pregnancy that I had the first pregnancy.
maybe you should have been nice to people and they would have offered you a place to stay. And many people offered you a place, but you want to be a victim and you didn't. You didn't go. Well, you did go somewhere, and I heard you complaining about that lady too. You complain about everybody. You need to accept that people can't handle you. You're nuts. It's not everybody else, it's you. So the best place for you to be is alone. Maybe if you weren't so crude and vile and mean and angry and such a victim, and you really acted like you wanted better for your life and you were willing to put the work in to make that happen, maybe more people would be offering you help. But people are like, nope, I don't want that near me or my family, or hell no.
Um, and everybody's like, well, you know, you struggle through that and you do better for your kids. No, that's insane. That's fucking insane. I didn't have anything prepared for this kid. So poor thing's gonna go to the fucking foster care system as soon as he gets shit out.
You're
And
so fucking
I'm just gonna
gross.
straight up hand him over. I don't, I'll take a
No,
few
no,
pictures for you
no.
guys, you know, so that
He's going to be taken from you. I'll just hand him over. She has to feel like she has the say, that she has the control. She knows damn well she doesn't get to keep that baby. And I don't feel sorry for her one bit. And neither should any of you. You people who have been defending her. Well, she's got to be shown love and kind. And she has. And she chooses to focus on the negative. So your kindness, your love, your words, they don't mean a damn thing to her if you haven't noticed.
you know, hey, you know, this came out of my fucking vagina. Hey,
Ew,
after some
God,
dude
that
just
poor
fucking forced
baby.
himself in there while I was sleeping. Uh, this is what comes from that. And also, too, there's no need to feel sorry for the baby. There's no need to feel sorry for the father or the mother. You know, it's kind of cruel that they would have pinned it on me like I falsified the rape
You
report.
did.
And in actuality, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
So that's kind of fucked up. You know, I do find kind of feel sorry for
You
that
are kind of
situation.
fucked
Anybody
up.
that hears that
Yeah.
situation, and I guess it's just a learning tool for the world around me because there's no reason for me to expect anything now. There's no reason for me to expect salvation. There's no reason for me to expect housing. There's no reason for me to expect resources. There's no reason for me to look for these things because when I was looking for a place months ago, I
A
was rejected.
place.
I kept getting rejected. Why?
No. My sister, when she had my first nephew, was on welfare and she needed housing. She got put on a list. The lists were long. I have a friend who has a kid, and she needed housing. She was put on a list, and the list was very long. But she got in a lot earlier than they thought they that she thought she could. They build new places. They're trying to get homeless people into housing quicker now. But the point that you tried once and it wasn't they didn't move fast enough for you, so you gave up. That's on you. You should have tried more than one place. You should. Oh God,
Why? Because I wasn't a drug addict. That's why.
that's
Because I
bullshit.
actually was sensible.
That's
That's why.
bullshit.
So
That's
they didn't
bullshit.
allot me what they allotted the other girls because the other girls needed more help. That's the difference. Or so they say, right?
She just fucking talks to talk. She doesn't make sense. Most of the diarrhea that comes out of her mouth are lies. That's bullshit. The other girls needed more help. Well, for one, if they were drug addicts, then they would have probably been put into a treatment program. So,
Um, I'm pretty fucking sure I needed the help. I'm pretty fucking sure whatever's flawed in these systems, I didn't get the appropriate amount of help that I should have gotten during this. And that's why my mental health is like that. And I just have no feelings toward this child whatsoever. And that's really sad because, you know, I had thought my next pregnancy would be something really special. Something, you know, I didn't expect that I was going to have to struggle like this. I didn't expect that my baby would be in so much pain constantly due to the fact that I'm under heightened amount of stress.
because you choose to be under You put that stress there every single day. You have to go on videos every single day to talk about negative stuff. You put that in there. If you would have just uploaded, like, this is my baby, this is how big I am now, this is some things about the baby, or just some cute little sayings, or pictures of mothers and being, whatever, artsy type stuff, flowers, food. If you would have focused on those things and stopped this shit that you do every single day on here, many times a day, that baby wouldn't have to be under all this stress. You chose to put this baby under this stress. It's nobody else's fault but your own. You live inside that body, nobody else. Nobody else can control you. You control yourself, and you make decisions for yourself. And I think we can all see that you've made some very poor, poor decisions that you're trying to blame on everybody else.
Um, and it's not a blessing at all. I thought, oh, pray, pray, pray for a family, pray for somebody that's going to love you first, pray for somebody that's going to talk with you, and you can decide together, and you can have some wholesome, middle class type of luxurious fucking lifestyle. Just, strive for better, But I was dating on a dating app, and I realize now how stupid I was to think that.
So, Leticia, when you went to meet up with JW and he grossed you out at dinner, you felt uncomfortable around him, and he said, "Hey, if you don't feel comfortable with me there, I can leave." And you chose to say, "No, it's okay, come stay, whatever." And then you chose to get in the same bed with him, go into the bathroom, shower, get into your, night clothes, whatever, and lay down in the same bed next to him, a complete stranger, which I'm sure he would have been fine if you would have said, "Hey, it's our first night together. Let's sleep apart. I don't know you." I'm sure he would have been fine. He seems like a complete gentleman. Seems like. So that those are choices you could have made, uh, to where you protected yourself and you didn't end up in this situation. But it didn't go the way you said it went. You weren't sleeping, and he just all of a sudden got hard, right? He all of a sudden got hard and just wanted to screw you while you're dead asleep. Um, and then he's able to take your pants off, or one leg, or however many different stories you've counted. And then he was able to take his clothes off. He was able to get on top of you, do the motion, right? And then, not to be graphic or anything, but guys, once when they're trying to get to their point, they go faster and faster. None of that shit woke you up. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. Mm-mm. My God. Yeah, he was able to get on top of her. A strange guy in a strange place. She felt so comfortable that she was able to sleep so well that he was able to have sex with her while she was asleep. And she happened to wake up when he said, "Do you want a rag?" Really? How coincidental.
That was going to bring up anything good. All these people are just trash on there. I knew that when I met the father. I was like, okay, what the fuck? What do you want now? Like, what the fuck are you going to ask of me?
What
That's the
did
type
you
of
ask
trash
of
I deal
him?
with.
You're the one reaching out to these guys asking for a safe place to stay, and they're strangers. You don't think that they're going to say, "Sure, come on over. I have a safe place for you to stay." And then you want them to provide you a place to stay and give you money for gas? Do you ever hear her say how she appreciates any of that? No. You don't deserve shit, bitch. Sorry. You don't deserve shit. You deserve to be one of the homeless people that are sleeping down on the concrete on the street. Why don't you go live like them for a while and let's see you complain? You're gross. You make me sick.
And so, like, here's his baby. He doesn't give a fuck. He's going to be humiliated once, he's already humiliated because I've already disclosed everything and the way that I do.
Look at
I
your
don't.
fucking nappy hair. I mean, that's the least you could do is do something with your hair and put on some fucking clothes. God, she makes me angrier when she looks like she does, just like a rat, just a freaking. So she says JW is going to be humiliated. Leticia, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if that DNA comes back that it's not JW's? How are you going to feel? What are you going to do? Are you going to issue an apology? Are you then going to tell people it didn't really happen the way I said it did? Because again, she got pregnant the second time they had sex. And that's when she asked him for it. So the first time doesn't even count. She says, well, it's because of what he did to me the first time that I wanted it the second time. I never went to my rapist and said, hey, will you screw me? And then will you have a relationship with me? Are you kidding? I was 15 and he was like 24. Dude, what is wrong with you? You you wanted to date him. You wanted him to be your boyfriend. You wanted to have his baby and you wanted him to put a ring on your finger. You wanted him to put you on all of his his military benefits and all that. I believe she had this entire thing planned out to trap him. I absolutely do.
Don't fucking hide shit, bitch.
Ugh.
So, yeah, you fucked me in my sleep. You're a fucking rapist. That's what it boils down to.
No,
And
it
here I am
doesn't.
making a
No,
rapist
it
baby,
doesn't.
and I'm supposed to just be like the one that picks up the slack.
Yeah, you chose to have that baby, bitch. You chose to have that baby. You could have walked your fat ass, got in your car, went to the fucking drugstore, and picked up a plan B with your cuddle session money that you had going to prior to being at his place. On your way, you said it yourself, you got a few $100s for getting naked for the guy. She's a prostitute, is what she is. But this guy, she didn't want just that from. She wanted him to want her, to be his girlfriend. She wanted him to want her to be his girlfriend. Yeah. And when she found out that wasn't going to happen,
If the father didn't offer anything but $50 for my fucking gas that turned out to be $50 for my pussy,
ew, God,
then I ain't gonna
gross.
do shit for this baby either.
That
That's how
nasty
it goes. It's a
stench.
straight up. That's how the karma works, and I'm just trying to balance things out, so that this baby realizes how unwanted he is.
Can you okay, let's go with her right here where she says this. She said she has this baby from this guy who doesn't want her, right? He never came back. What would have happened? Follow me here. Her and her third eye shit. Her Illuminati. There is the Illuminati, but that's another story. Anyways, I do agree with her on some stuff. I do, but not the way she explains it. Anyways, what if she was able to keep her Tootsie, right? And her poodles and her husband would have gone off, right? Without the kid. What do you think could have happened to that little girl when she says, I don't want this? It's from a man who doesn't want me. So, what if she was stuck with a child, left alone, rejected from her husband, and she's with this little girl? And she goes into one of her fits, one of her, she's so narcissistic. I believe she would have hurt her child more so than she already did, but um, something bad would have happened. I absolutely believe that. I believe she's the type of person, maybe, I don't think she'll um, herself now, but I think maybe in a situation like that, she may have taken her child's life and then her own. I see her being like that. Um, and her animals. It's just sickening.
because his father didn't give a shit about him. So, but yeah, peace out, everybody. It's lovely. Today is August 3rd, 2022. I'll try to make another video. They're refusing to post my last video, so I'm gonna just keep trying for that because I'm too raw, too real for them. I use.
Oh yeah, you're so scary for everybody, the government and everybody. They're so afraid of you, Leticia. You know so much more than so many of us. God.
The words against them that they used against me. So, and they don't like that. That
There's
makes
no
us look
God, right?
stupid.
There's no
It does
God.
make you look stupid. I'm
There's no
sorry.
God,
It
right?
does. Like, I don't know where I came from to have to prove some points to people, but you guys are hypocrites and you're fucking morons. And you need to get your shit out of, each other's asses. Go dig your dick.
It doesn't even make sense. See how stupid you are, Leticia? You really are not intelligent. You say certain words to sound intelligent, but when you listen to what the majority of your rants and discussions are about, idiotic, very immature, very vile. There's no intellect to them whatsoever.
Dicks and
Go get your dicks out of each other's butts and go scrape shit out of each other's ass. Grow up.
side of each other's asses. Maybe that'll help, you fucking nasty perverts. So, standing up for perverts, standing up for whatever flawed system you've got, fucking whatever. Today is August 3rd, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin.
Oh, you're so sweet, you nasty bitch. Oh, God. Okay, there's another one. Hold on, really quick. Let me go. Um, I'll do one more because I know I talked a lot on that one. That one was short, but okay. Here's this one. Okay, there's two of her in the hospital, in the ICU. Yeah, is that the one? One's 35 minutes. One third. Okay, let's do this one for now, and then I'll quit for the night. Oh yeah, look at her hair.
July 25th, 2022. The days are progressively getting worse for me.
Look how she sits. She's
Everything I do and say.
she's trying to either make herself look crazy. Well, we already know she is, but she's trying to like get really close into the camera and the way her eyes go and all this. And she's trying to be quiet, so the people around there are like, God, this bitch is crazy.
Is always held against me, yet none of these people that actually abuse me are ever held accountable. I write notes to myself now, knowing that I am inferior to everyone, knowing that my words don't matter and they never have and they never will. My child is not Not my first priority anymore. My
When
first priority is trying
when
to save.
when was the child your first priority? When? I don't remember one time that that child was your first priority.
Myself and make it through. Um, I just don't want to be here. I thought it was a joke. I really did. I keep waking up in this body, and I don't know why. Um, it's like there's no salvation, there's no hope. It's like a never ending cycle of abuse and neglect.
Who's abusing and neglecting you? Again, she's talking about past tense, past. Could you imagine if I sat here day in and day out and many of you and just harped on everything that's wrong in your life, everything that's happened to you in your life? I mean, I could tell my story in its, entirety, and it would be heartbreaking to many. But why? I mean, sometimes in the lives we get on the topic and we discuss it, and I'll mention little things here and there, but I'm not ever trying to get anything from anybody, and I'm not playing a victim. No, shit. I'm proud that I work hard every day, and I go to a counselor once a week, even in my 50s, to continue to get stronger as a woman and to know my value, my worth, and to be an example for my daughter and my son. Because our boys one day are going to get married. Maybe, to a woman, maybe not to a woman, but if they're going to marry a woman, then, you know, would you want your son to pick up somebody like her? Why can't she use all her traumas that she claims, all of her negative experiences, all of her whatever, to empower herself? To me, it was like a challenge. It's like, I'm not gonna, they took this much of my life, they took this much of my childhood, they took my entire childhood away from me. So no, I'm not. And then you suffer a lot of effects that you're not even aware of as an adult until you finally see how it's affected you as an adult. And it's only then that you can start making changes. But for someone to just sit, I don't feel sorry for people like her, because there's people like us who have been through as much, if not worse, and who knows how much of her story is true. And we don't sit here and talk about it daily and try to get people to feel sorry for us. And we try to be an example. She says, I want to try to help people. How are you helping people? By the time I'm done talking to you, I want to go take a fucking bottle of pills. Or by the time I'm done listening to you, dude, I'm depressed and I've got anxiety and I'm like angry. But you choose to be that way. It's crazy.
You know what I wish I had with me is my daughter to help me through this,
See, right
but
here,
nobody understood.
to help me through this. How old's her daughter? 10? That is such a sick statement to say. That's exactly what she would have done. Used her daughter to try to help her through her psychosis, her mental, her, well, she probably would cry to her. I'm sure. I can see it now. Her poor daughter would become the mother and she would continue to be a child. And she would poison her daughter's mind against men. Ugh.
That taking my child was going to lead to this. Nobody understood that.
You
I
were
knew.
crazy
I
before
knew. I
then. You were nuts before. Why do you think your husband left and took her? Are you kidding?
told them. I warned them. I knew that I was frail. I knew that I was a victim. I knew that I was an easy target for abuse.
You made yourself an easy target because that's how you felt you should be. That's how you felt your life should be. Like, oh, I'm not gonna get attention unless I always make a scene and I'm always talking about how I was done wrong and this and that and this person did this to me and that person. You don't think everybody in your life got fucking sick and tired of hearing it? Mm.
And that's why I wanted to stay in my enclosure, in my happy place with my child and with my pets.
Yeah, and you would have locked them up and you would have made your daughter live a life that you intended for you, and you would make her suffer the consequences of your reality, and that's abuse.
And didn't want any of this. I didn't want to search for more. I was fine being overweight and ugly and frumpy.
Really? Because you always put everybody else down who's overweight and ugly, and you always talk how you lost so much weight. It took effort to do that, right? So obviously you weren't fine with it because you had to make the decision to lose the weight, right? So you weren't happy being overweight. Otherwise you wouldn't have lost it.
Um, but now, I lost all that weight and I had
Gain it back.
something, a semblance of like courage that I didn't have, some semblance of
It gave
courage I
you
didn't have
something, but
prior.
it's not courage.
I wish I could write a novel about all these
It
things,
gave you this
but I really
entitlement,
just don't care.
even
It
more
never
so.
lets up. The pain never
Oh,
lets
I
up.
know. It's
I'm
just so
continually struggling.
excruciating.
Um,
Always
I
struggling.
see no light at the end of this.
I
I
know,
don't.
me either. Oh,
I wish I did.
oh, there's
But every
none.
time I reach out, I get mocked. I get criticized. I get harassed.
You don't reach out, bitch. All you do is mock people and bash people and threaten people and call people names and tell people you should be buying me a house. Fuck this baby. I'm gonna kill this. You don't reach out. All you do is bitch and complain. That's it.
Now I can't even post my videos. I can't even share that.
Really? They're
I
all
can't share it
posting.
with anyone. I know that you have access to my recordings of my notes, everything. Fuck you. Um, is it fair? No. What you're doing is harassing me and abusing me more. You're not helping me. I don't see that I have a nice, sustainable place to live. I don't see that I have a nice home with the things that I love to keep away from everyone, society, and its insane demands.
If you want it so bad, get off your lazy freaking, oh, what's that word I'm looking for? You're lazy. Um, I don't know. It's like a leech, but she's a leech. That's what she is. She's a leech, and she sucks off of everybody that she can until there's nothing left. And so, but she wants a home, so she's gonna bitch and complain until somebody provides her a home. And she should just be able to sit in her car until that home comes to her. Get Are you kidding me? There Some of us work 2 and 3 jobs to sustain a place to live. And sometimes we struggle paying bills and things. So, but you should just have it handed to you because why? Because you've had trauma in your life? Get over yourself. Get a job, lazy bitch.
You allowed me to get abused, and then you didn't even file charges. My words will never count to you people, and I will be grateful to hand this child over after I name him, and then just leave this earth. There is
Another
nothing
threat,
here
another suicide threat.
that I want to continually see anymore. Not even the cuteness of the baby that's going to come out of me. Not even that. Nothing would make up for all of the pain, all the sins that have been, the sins that others have
Others.
subjected me to.
Others. She hasn't sinned.
My body
She doesn't meet up with strange men in hotels and collect money from them. No, she doesn't do that stuff.
is destroyed. My heart is destroyed. My mind is slowly deteriorating. I can't do this anymore. I
Bye.
tell
Then
everyone I'm fine.
get off of her.
That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Force a happy face.
You don't have to go online and do it every single fucking day. And this isn't for your daughter, so stop. Any mother that would make this for their daughter, I have no words. You're sick.
Force. Force it, Leticia. Look at that pretty smile. It's okay. You'll be fine. You'll
Ew.
be just fine. You're always just fine. Everybody will
You're
steal and rob
never fine. You're never fine. What do you mean? You never seem fine.
and rape you, and now you just are fine. You're fine. Your words don't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. Nothing you say
No, it doesn't, because you don't think anybody else's does. You think anyone gives a fuck about your opinion? Nope. And you don't care about theirs.
matters because all these men matter. These men matter to them because that's how they get their money.
That's how you get your money.
I can't wait to be done and rid of this child inside of me.
I'm sure
Nothing will change my mind.
well, you don't have a choice. What do you mean nothing's going to change your mind? Believe me, no one's going to be begging you to keep that child. And once you're done with that child, like I've stated, unless you do some other fucking crazy whacked out shit that involves somebody else being in danger, I'm done. I don't want to watch her. I don't want to hear her fucking voice. I'm done. Um, I've always said that once I know that that baby's okay, I'm done with her. I don't want to hear her voice ever again. God, all she does is talk, and it's like she doesn't even think. It's like the words just come out and come out and come out, and she doesn't stop and think about what she's saying. She just says it.
It's not long. And every day progressively just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And they're gonna send me to some stupid lame ass facility like a fucking homeless shelter. And
Good. At least
I
that's a
I can't do
bed.
this anymore.
You're too good for that, Leticia. You think you should have a home bought for you, but all these people in homeless shelters and on the street should be good enough for them though, right? Because you take priority.
You've stolen my belongings over
Her crusty panties, guys.
everybody's allegations. You've stolen my pets, my loved ones, over allegations. And
God,
I don't
back
know what to say
up.
or do anymore. All the harassment, all the abuse, continual, because you people
God.
can't stand up and defend others. No, instead you allow it. I even discussed about copyright infringement of these individuals trying to slander my name. No,
Slander your name? Oh, like you're doing to JW? Nobody slanders your name. We play your words. Nobody slanders your name, Leticia. You do it just fine. And copyright infringement? No, girl, it's not. It's fair use. Look it up, Miss Hyper Intelligent. It's called fair use. You're allowed to do it as long as you add commentary and you stop and pause it. What are you talking about, copyright infringement? I thought you were smart. Are you okay?
you haven't done shit. You just don't care. You don't care. You find it hilarious. So do I. That's why I tried to video the pills and everything. Because it is funny. It's funny. I can't wait to pass over. I
Oh,
won't film
please.
it. I won't take my
You're
phone with me.
No, girl, you don't want to pass over. No, you are a coward. You will not do that. Not that I want anybody to do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just stating a fact. Guys, she's been saying since she's been 12. She's been attempting. If she really wanted to, it people know how to do it. Come on. It's all for show. It's all for
I know
attention.
you don't care. It doesn't matter. I knew you didn't care since I was a little girl, and I would go off into the woods, and when I would go hiding in the, everywhere.
In the
I know you
everywhere,
don't care.
you don't make any
I'm not one of
sense.
yours. I'm not one of your children. I'm
Thank
God's child,
God.
and I
Thank
manage my own
God.
way, and I manage my own story, and you'll be fucked. You really will. It's really sad though, because I thought inevitably that I would get my voice heard, that I
Oh,
had an opinion, that I was.
um, go back and look at how many videos you've done. You've put your voice out there. You don't like it that everybody doesn't agree with you and that everybody doesn't sit there and feel sorry for you. Because people in general think alike, where they think, okay, you've had time to get past your trauma. Are you taking the steps necessary to heal from this? No, you're going on your YouTube video complaining every single day, doing nothing to get better. At a certain point, people get fed up. They don't want to hear you anymore. They don't want to listen to you and take you to heart and feel bad for you anymore because you're doing nothing for yourself.
I was born into this day and age where I had freedoms, and I don't. I have none.
What freedoms don't you have, Leticia? Name your freedoms that you don't have. What freedoms don't you have? You have every freedom everybody else
You
does.
just want to steal from me and rob from me and rape me. Steal and rob are the same thing. I
Well,
know,
you steal. You steal from Walmart. That's okay though.
but it comes in different contexts. So that's why I use different
Ugh.
vocabulary to describe the same thing. You people are horrid. Everything about you. Everything about your contaminated
Deflection,
and corrupt systems,
deflection,
and the way that
deflection.
you seep into our minds and destroy us and deplete
That's what you're trying to
every
do to
ounce of
people. Seep into their
every
minds and
fiber of
depress
happiness
them.
that we ever had. And I get that. I
And I
completely
get
get
that.
that.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
yeah.
undeserving, and I've always been.
You
I'm an
are.
unwanted,
Yep.
and so is my child.
You are undeserving because you refuse to do anything for yourself. People who are lazy and refuse to try to help themselves are undeserving. I agree with you. That doesn't mean your child is, though. And that doesn't mean your child's unwanted. That's an innocent baby. And once it's not one with you anymore, you have no control over it. And I am going to pray every single day that that baby grows up happy and healthy and with parents that will give him love and give him everything he needs to grow up to be a big, strong man, like his dad, probably, if it is JW. Um, I don't know the guy, but I think that once this baby's apart from you, the baby's life, hopefully, will be a beautiful life. As long as he's attached to you, I cry for this baby. What this baby's feeling inside of her and the torture she's put this baby through. Can you imagine being that baby? The hell she's put that baby through? The things she's said about that baby? And I hope to God he never hears any of this ever. But knowing her, when he is older, she will probably seek him out and try to find him and send him these things to hurt him because she's a evil, selfish bitch like that. She likes people to be miserable and her own child because she's miserable.
But at least if I push him off on somebody else in the foster care system, he'll be fine. He won't be marked. He won't be tainted for being part of my clan. My
Really? Because how many videos have you done where you said, if he has to go into that foster care system, he doesn't have a chance. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get this. He's going to get that. What? Which is it?
My click. Yes. His name is going to be Jason Lee Wallace II. That's what it's going to be. Um,
Brush
can't
your
be any other
hair.
way.
God.
I'm done. I'm done fighting for something that doesn't exist. Love. Love doesn't exist.
You have to know how to love before you can receive love. And you don't know how to love whatsoever. I think she's like seriously sadistic. I do.
No matter how much I faked it, I knew that if I were homeless and I had a child, they would take it away regardless.
They
Because I
wouldn't
didn't
have.
have a home.
Nope.
Because I had.
They would have helped you. They would have found resources for you. Like any normal woman who's pregnant that carries the baby to term is seeking the things that she's going to need for that baby. She's not sitting there expecting it all to be given to her. She's trying to find it. She's on a list. She's on many lists, whatever. But had you not behaved the way you have on here and filed false reports and gone to court and not smoked weed on camera and not popped a bunch of ibuprofen, whatever they are, Tylenol PMs, and I don't think she did as many as she tries to make people believe, but whatever. Um, there could have been a chance maybe that you kept the baby, but again, you're going to suffer the consequences of your choices, and that's that. Thank God.
Had no sustainable resources to take care of the
Oh
baby
my God.
because I had already depleted everything
you,
trying to
your
survive the
mother's
last
your
eight
mother was
months.
going to help you.
I was doing really well on my own. When he violated me,
No, you weren't.
I thought,
No, you
well,
weren't.
guys
No, you weren't. You were bitching then, complaining then. No, you weren't.
just do that. My brother just did that. My dad just does those things. Everybody just does those things. That's what guys do. They get away with that because it doesn't matter. Our bodies as females don't matter to anyone else. They don't. And I realized that a long time ago, and that's very sad. I thought that I could be a voice of reason, a voice to help push others toward finding their own sustainable
How? How? By the way you act. Really? You think you're going to be an encouragement to somebody? No.
courage, their own sustainable platforms so that they could have freedoms just like the men do. But I realize I'll never be that. I'll
No.
never be anything to anybody. And I'm okay with that. I am. I wish it could come sooner. I wish I weren't here. I wish I didn't have to witness the things that I witnessed. I'm traumatized beyond reason, beyond any comprehensive doubt, you know? Everyone knows it. And that's why I'm crazy. I'm insane. And you allow these comments to get through on YouTube just so that they can deplete me more instead of realizing
Isn't that what you do on a daily basis on YouTube towards people? So you don't think it's fair for you to get it back? I
you've
don't.
had enough, instead of realizing that you should have prosecuted the right perpetrators, instead of realizing that I didn't falsify that report. Instead, you put me in front of everyone to try to demand that you should stop. And instead, you're harassing me. Any allegation that this was not rape, any allegation that this wasn't wanted, I'm sick and tired of it. I'll play my role. I'll get out of here like I always do, and then I'll go about my business, being abused and assaulted.
Play my role. When when are you abused and assaulted? When? She talks about it like it's happening on a daily basis, all the time. And that's how she stays in this frame of mind. It's like it's happening today, yesterday, the day before, right now. She's continually being assaulted and raped and abused. What? Oh, gosh.
and robbed from again by the authorities. And I'll find other means of getting my voice out there, these videos that I just made, so people can understand what's truly going on in the government, what's truly going on in the world around them. And then I'll kill myself because that's the only way you'll ever learn. That's the only way you'll ever understand. And like I
I think this YouTube channel was the worst thing ever for her. I really do. I think this and the attention and, her way to act for the camera has been the worst thing for her. And I wish YouTube would take her damn channel down. I really do. She should not have a channel. She's continually talking about rape and suicide and, hurting people and doing this and the government and this. She should not be allowed to have a channel.
said, they're all going to get in trouble.
She's
If I die,
dangerous.
if my corpse is on your hands,
Nobody's going to get in
you know
trouble.
who bullied me into that situation.
You chose to do that if
The
you do
US
that.
government did. And their minions.
No.
The
Leticia,
cretinous.
really? Really? Since you were 12? Really? So you've wanted to do this, supposedly, and tried, supposedly, since you were 12, and it's the government's fault.
Insubordinates. So
So
I'm very tired
go to
of this.
bed.
I'm
Go to
exhausted from
bed.
having to deal with these crazy people around me. The ones that don't believe me, the ones that
The ones that don't believe her are crazy, you guys.
pull apart my story, the ones that ask me a million times. You don't do that to victims. You really don't. You should not. Um, and the fact that you're forcing me to have to relay it a million times.
Nobody asked you to relay it a million times. You do it every single day because that's all you have to talk about. There's no substance to you whatsoever. Nothing. You have nothing to offer the world besides this. That's
That's
sad.
what's eating away at my consciousness because I'm like, oh my God, they're not listening. Oh my God, my voice will never be heard.
Well, people are listening intently, really. And that's how we know your stories don't make sense.
My belongings will never be returned.
Your
My poodles will
crusties,
never see
go
me
buy
again.
some new ones.
And then they rub it in my face. You rub it in my face. And it doesn't matter to me. I will gladly kill myself for the name of like better things to come, for the name of justice. That's what you call it? That's what you call this?
You really think offing yourself is going to make some big change come about? You're not standing for anything. You're just rambling about shit. So if you chose to off yourself, it would be pointless because it would do nothing.
Justice?
I'm
Okay.
tired.
For me. I fucking hate all of you. All of you. Penises. Why do you send men at me? Why do you even have to have them ask me questions? They look like pigs to me.
Then stop seeking them out and going to their hotel and taking money from them and letting them do things with you and you doing things with them. That's your choice. Someone offers you a little joint or something. I mean, we've heard what you offer for that. So you can't blame it on the men.
None of them have anything relevant to tell me. Not anymore. Aside from, oh, I like to get my dick sucked. Dick sucked. Yet I can go years without any type of sexual encounters. And it was on record of that. Like all of that shit.
It's tracked and traced, guys.
So horribly just, well, humiliated for one. But I find this ironically hilarious.
I
I'll
find
never,
it
ever,
sad.
ever trust you. None of you. Ever again. I realized that once you offer me some semblance of it's like when you leave little breadcrumbs, luring me to my own death.
She makes no sense. Oh, someone came there. See, somebody came there to talk to her. She makes no sense, you guys, whatsoever. She makes no sense. I'm just getting, you can tell I'm getting more and more bored covering her. She's just gross. Anyways, I'm going to go. What time is it? It's 11:48 already. I have to get up early and do a garage sale. Yikes. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you have thoughts, leave it in the comments. I always appreciate the comments. Make sure to hit subscribe. I'd appreciate it if you like the videos. If not, that's okay. And give a thumbs up if you will. If not, that's okay too. I hope everyone's doing great. I am going to download this and then it'll probably be uploaded on Saturday. It takes time. Okay, you guys, God bless. Have a good weekend.